Hello, dear audience. We'll discuss primary lessons from 21st century conflicts and national responses. Before starting, I would like to remind you of the concept of lessons learned. Lessons learned are validated insights from operations, institutionalized to improve effectiveness. This involves capturing, analyzing, validating, implementing, and monitoring. We'll focus on key areas: drones, electronic warfare, integrated air defense, munitions, command and control, urban operations, and information operations. For each area, we'll examine what's changed, a relevant case study, and why it matters. Slide 7. We will then compare specific actions taken by the United States, United Kingdom, Ukraine, Russia, and China. Slide 8. Modern battlefields are saturated with unmanned systems, ranging from intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance (ISR) drones to loitering munitions, maritime USVs. There is an interesting case study. Russian FPV swarms repeatedly struck vehicles along the TO-515 MSR near Pokrovsk, forcing resupply by foot at night and stretching Ukrainian ground lines of communications. Analysts judged many injuries were FPV caused, highlighting the need for both kinetic CUAS and non-EW defenses when jamming is saturated or defeated. States are rapidly adapting. The US and UK are building layered CUAS. Ukraine created dedicated drone forces, while Russia and China institutionalize UAS lessons. Conflicts reveal that electromagnetic spectrum, EMS, is a high contest zone. The EM spectrum is a primary battle space. Units plan for constant jamming, spoofing, strict signature discipline, and EM deception. Case study: Pokrova GNSS spoofing shield, 2024-25. Ukraine fielded a nationwide spoofing network, Pokrova, to mislead Shahed-type OWAVs and some PGMs, reportedly causing large fractions to miss or wander. Even partial success imposes massive cost asymmetry on the attacker and reduces interceptor expenditure. Why it matters. Control of EMS determines whether drones, precision weapons, and C2 work at all, forcing armies to diversify comms, fiber, hardline, loss relays, and accept degraded modes. The US emphasizes dispersed, low-signature formations. The UK integrates EW across forces. Ukraine operates with an EMS dual mindset. Russia scales EW, and China reinforces digital and EMS battle spaces. What's changed? Salvo warfare mixes ballistics cruise missiles with hundreds of cheap drones, overwhelming point defenses unless sensors, shooters, and EW are fused across services and allies. Case study: Iran's April 13–14, 2024 mass strike on Israel. U.S. CENTCOM reported destroying 80+ one-way attack UAVs and multiple ballistic missiles in coalition IAMD operations, proof that integrated sensors, shared C2, and layered effectors can defeat very large salvos. Those lessons, allocation, cross-border queuing, partner integration, are informing Allied doctrine and exercises. Post-Iran strike, the U.S. doubled down on coalition IAMD. The UK is launching Land-GBAD. Ukraine built an IAMD web. Russia elevates counterstrike, and China emphasizes dense IADS. What's changed? High tempo, attritional combat demands industrial-scale resupply. The U.S. has invested billions in 155mm lines and factories to achieve six-figure monthly output. Europe is scrambling to increase shell production to multi-million-dollar levels. NATO warns the alliance must rebuild industrial depth. Case study: U.S. artillery production surge, 2024–26. The Army opened new projectile loading lines and greenlit a modern factory at Iowa. Officials project the 100K per month mark in 2026, not 2025, showing how hard scaling truly is and why planning assumptions must reflect industrial lead times. Why it matters. Doctrine must assume fight the factory. Stockpiles, repair, and rapid reconstitution are as decisive as tactics. The U.S. plans a 100K 155 mm per month surge. The U.K. invests in continuous supply. Ukraine expanded domestic output. Russia embraces attritional warfare. And China accelerates missile production. Command post survivability is paramount. What's changed? Big, static HQs are artillery/drone magnets. High-precision targeting demands resilient, agile command post (CP) configurations. Case study: Ukrainian CP survivability TTPs 2024. Ukrainian manual details camouflage cover, EM discipline, route, tempo of displacement, and decoys to defeat RUISR fires. Practical measures many NATO CPs still lack at scale. Why it matters. Surviving to command is now a daily contest against persistent ISR CP. Design is a warfighting function, not just a tents and trailers problem. The U.S. disseminates Ukrainian CP survivability TTPs. The UK emphasizes resilient C2. Ukraine incorporates movement and redundancy. Russia uses dispersion and decoys. China consolidates control within its information support force. Urban operations. What's changed? Warfare in built-up areas, Gaza City, Bakhmut, Avdiivka, presents unique challenges. Civilian presence, infrastructure complexity, subterranean spaces, heavy C2 friction, and heavy ISR saturation. Case study: IDF in Gaza City, autumn 2023. Reports summarize combined arms in high-rise tunnel terrain and the trade-offs among tempo, fratricide risk, and collateral mitigation. Why it matters. Urban campaigns now require drone-aware maneuver, overhead threat, tunnel clearing expertise, and more resilient comms, plus tight fires discrimination under scrutiny. The U.S. refines doctrine for tunnels and high civilian density. The U.K. draws lessons from Gaza and Ukraine. Ukraine's experiences shape new breaching tactics. Russia adjusts assault formations. And China studies transparent urban battlefields. Information is a lethal weapon. What's changed? Information has become as lethal as a missile. Case study: Ukraine's Stratcom during full-scale war. The Center for Strategic Communication and Information Security, SPRAVDI, coordinates messaging, counter-disinfo, and public guidance, illustrating how whole-of-government I/O supports operational objectives and societal resilience in protracted conflict. Why it matters. Kinetic success can be undone by narrative failure. Conversely, resilient, truthful comms can unlock aid, time, and legitimacy. The U.S. builds information advantage. The U.K. integrates this across multi-domain integration. Ukraine actively counters disinformation. Russian doctrine syncs I/O with fires. China's information support force places information as a strategic axis. Thank you for your attention. These lessons highlight the profound shifts in modern conflict and the urgent need for adaptation.